Hello everyone, my name is Christian and today I'm making a video on my experience with Pre-intern. Now Pre-intern is a startup organization and they offer basically a bootcamp program. They're formerly known as Bootcamp 2 and then they switched to Pre-intern, which they believe better describes them as a company. Now, essentially, the idea of pre-intern is in the title. It's preparing you for either an internship or even full-time positions. Now, the program is designed for people who already kind of know what they're doing. So they have different tracks, right? I'm in the software development track. I majored in software development. I already had my degree in software development going into this program. They also offer product management and UI and UX design if that's your thing. I don't have experience with that part of the program. I do know people who have, and if you're interested, you could always comment or find me on LinkedIn, and I'm more than happy to redirect you to those people who have experience with it. But for today, I'm going to be talking about the software development portion. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a bachelor's degree to qualify for this program. Actually, if you're self-taught or if you come from a boot camp, basically you just have to be essentially like qualified to be a software engineer. You have to know how to code. You have to know how to use JavaScript. And after that, they're basically, when you express your interest in the program, they're going to interview you and see if you're a good fit for their program because they want the right people to join their program. So basically what they offer is this 8-week onboarding process. And during this 8-week onboarding process, you learn how to use Jira, you learn more about systems design, you basically get accustomed to the program. And essentially they prep you for your internship that you're going to have with their nonprofit startup called Teamwork. Teamwork is a nonprofit company that basically helps newcomers in the tech industry get connected with experienced professionals for resume reviews, mock interviews, referrals, etc. So during this onboarding process, they're helping you get prepared to be an intern at this Teamwork organization. And when you're an intern, you get to contribute to their web app. So this web app is made with react.js and Google Firebase for the backend. So it doesn't matter whether or not you're familiar with those tools. I would highly recommend being familiar with JavaScript. That way you can learn React within the onboarding phase. They kind of give you time to do that, and you can kind of collaborate and learn with your other peers who are in your same cohort. And essentially, the reason that they're doing this is that it allows you to gain practical experience that you can put on your resume. So a little bit of background story about why I joined the program is that I had graduated from Western Governors University with my Bachelor of Science in Software Development. Now, Western Governors University, great program for me. I was coming outside of the industry. I was a restaurant manager for about 5 years, and I wanted to pursue software development, but I didn't have the opportunity to go to a traditional brick and mortar university like a state school or a private university. My only option really was to go to an online school. And now the good thing about Western Governors University is it allowed me to work at my own pace, so I was able to get my degree fast. However, it comes at the price of like not having the same prestige as another brick and mortar university might have. So what this does is that you are not seen as much of a competitive applicant because of the lack of the prestige of the university. Now, this is just mainly important for your first job because after you get your bachelor's degree and you already have experience, what school you went to 10 years later into your career or even a few years later into your career doesn't really matter that much, and it's not weighed as heavily. And that's why I didn't have a problem getting my degree with Western Governors. However, it is a little bit more challenging to get your first job, and so you need something that is going to distinguish you. Now, in my case, I wasn't aware that the deadlines for the applications for internships were months and months in advance, almost a year in advance, to be able to apply and hit that window to be an intern at a company. And without any internship experience, I was like, I'm screwed. I'm not going to be able to do anything. So that's where pre-intern comes into the equation, because they have a start date every month, and so I was able to start in May, and I was able to go through their onboarding process and then become an intern. And I was able to put this internship just as a normal internship at my experience. And this is not misleading or dishonest in any way. It's really an actual internship. And I would argue that it's better than your typical run-of-the-mill internship with a bigger company, because here it's a startup. And in a startup, you're able to make more key contributions that have a larger impact that you're able to quantify in your resume. So in your resume, it's not just going to be like, oh, my responsibilities were doing blah, blah, blah. You're actually able to say, I contributed to developing a core feature for our web app, and that impacted users by X amount. And this is extremely valuable, okay? And the reason that I say this is I wasn't getting any invitations to interview prior to enrolling in this program and becoming an intern. After I started applying to jobs with that internship experience on my resume, I started getting bites. I started getting leads, and I've had several final round interviews since then. While I haven't found my position quite yet, I'm just on the cusp of doing so, and I just want to be able to find the right one for myself. Personally, I'm willing to be a little bit more patient to wait for the right opportunity. So I can accredit my ability to get these interviews and possibly to getting a job in the future. I can attribute that to the pre-intern program and my experience at Teamwork. So the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because some of you had commented on my previous interviews or on my previous videos. Hey, how did you get an internship? I'd love for you to share that. For those of you who are my subscribers who don't have an internship, this opportunity is available to you as well. I just wanted to kind of go through the program and experience it before sharing that with you guys, to make sure that it was something that's worthwhile, because I wouldn't want to recommend something that I don't wholeheartedly believe in. So the boot camp or the pre-intern program is fairly small. It's a startup. It was just started last year, so it has this kind of intimate feel to it where you talk with the founder. His name is Al. He's really nice. You talk with him on a regular basis. And also an advantage to this program is that you get experience working in an Agile Scrum environment. Now that's really important. A lot of job descriptions are going to say that you need to have experience working in Agile, or you need to have Scrum experience. So it's basically, for those of you who don't know what that is it's a methodology for developing software. It's a way of iterating over the software development lifecycle. If you're looking for software development jobs, you should probably know what this is at this point. If not, I would definitely recommend Googling it. But anyways, it gives you good experience working with that methodology. For example, we have weekly stand-up meetings. We have sprints, which are tracked through our Jira software that we use on a regular basis. We use Git for our version control. Our repository is on GitHub, and we're able to develop with react.js and Firebase. And this is great experience for those of you looking to gain experience working with a modern web development framework. Whether or not you want to become a front-end developer, a back-end developer, or a full-stack developer, they really have it's really good experience for either of those roles. So, if you're interested in coming and doing the Teamwork program, it costs money. And the reason that it costs money is because there's basically that onboarding process that I mentioned, right? So the onboarding process, it includes the educational materials, and it also includes resume reviews, 10 mentorship sessions, and 2 mock interviews. So for the price that I paid, it's extremely well worth it, because I get mentorship on a weekly basis. I get resume reviews and mock interview practice, and this has actually been immense help to me. And yes, I know it's a little bit hard I'm personally, I'm like not in the best financial situation because I've been looking for jobs and, um, you know, I'm not, I don't have a software development job right now that's paying me. So it's kind of hard. I totally get it. It's hard for people who are a little bit suspicious. Like, is this going to be worth my money? Like, this is a big decision for me. I totally get that. They have financing available and that sort of thing, if you need it. So you're able to do that if that makes doing this possible. If you're really interested in it, if you are interested, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn and message me. I'm more than happy to um, try to get back to you and talk to you a little bit about my experience. And if you have some questions that are kind of specific to your situation, then yeah, I'm happy to talk with you. It might take me a little bit to respond because I have a lot on my plate right now, but I'll try my best to get back to those of you who are interested. Um, if you're going to send me a request on LinkedIn, though, just make sure that you say that you're from YouTube because I usually deny people who I don't know. So just just make sure to put that in a note when you request me so I don't just accidentally reject you. So now I kind of just want to give like a little bit of a disclaimer slash kind of clarification for those of you who might be confused about what this program is and what it's trying to do. So I had my doubts when I first enrolled in this program or was interested in enrolling in this program. I was like, wait, what? I'm paying to get experience? That doesn't seem right. And then I'm also like paying to get experience to be a part of a company that they might potentially profit off of me or my work. And none of that is actually true. So let me explain basically a little bit how it works. So you're essentially paying for the preparation that they put you through, right? So you're paying for the resume reviews, the mock interviews, the mentoring sessions. You're paying for that, the education as well, prior to you becoming an intern. Now, why wouldn't they just hire you as an intern for their project and you could just skip the onboarding process? Well, the thing is that you might be a recent graduate or you're self-taught or whatever. They don't have any reason to know that you're qualified for the position or that you would be a good fit for their team. They have to actually vet you through their onboarding process. And even prior to the onboarding process, you have to get interviewed, so it's not a definite yes that you can get into the program. You have to actually be interviewed to make sure that you're a good team fit and that your background aligns with the requirements for entry of the program. And then after you've kind of been vetted, you've gone through the onboarding process, and you're ready to become an intern, then you become an intern for them. You start contributing. However, they don't profit off of your work. Basically, what this website does is it facilitates newcomers, people like me and you, to get connected with professionals such as software engineers or product managers from companies like Meta or Google, and you pay them your own money to get mentoring sessions, interviews, and stuff. That's not a requirement of being a part of the program. That's for literally anyone who wants to do that. It's similar to any other like competitor website where you can pay for mentoring, like Exponent or something, for example. It's kind of like that, except that they don't actually profit. They don't take like a commission fee based off of you sending that request. So it's basically like they facilitate that for free, and that's why they're a nonprofit. And you're just helping to contribute to that web app. And the good thing is that it's kind of a no pressure environment because they don't make a profit, and it's to help people who are newcomers and also to like help you gain experience. So there's not like a lot of pressure for you to like hit those deadlines or meet certain requirements. You kind of just get what you put into it. So if you want to work really hard, you want to work 40 hours a week, then you can work 40 hours a week and you can make some insane contributions. If you're really trying to balance maybe grad school and the job search, and you can't contribute that much time, then it's not really a high pressure environment. You're not expected to. I think around the minimum is like 3 to 5 hours a week, so it's really not that much. I mean, you're expected to make the weekly stand-up meetings and your team meetings, and then contribute to a little bit of the code. So really, that's not all that time consuming. And like I said, you get what you put into it. So overall, you know, in terms of like cons of this program, there's not really many. One of the things that I had was like communication between developers wasn't like so great in the beginning because they are a startup, they're a new company. And so I actually addressed that with the founder, and he started implementing things to combat that lack of communication and cohesion within the developer team. And that was something that I immediately like really appreciated, because this program, they're really, especially the founder, is really receptive to feedback. So if there's something that like is not vibing well with you in the program, and you speak that out, then they're going to be receptive to that and maybe even make a change according to what you have to say. So that was something that I thought was super awesome about the program, and I couldn't recommend it enough. So yeah, if you're in a similar boat that I was in, I would definitely recommend checking the program out. It's worth a look, especially if you're not getting any bites in your job applications. Thank you.